Please remain standing for the flag salute and the national anthem led by Max Gold, the Student Council Secretary.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would like to introduce Jake Ferdig, the President of the Student Council, who will deliver the welcome address.
Good evening, and hello, Mrs. Randina, Mrs. Hershaft, Mrs. Polinick, Mrs. Sherwood, Mr. Mitchell, teachers, family, and friends. I'm proud to welcome you all to the graduation of the Schuyler Colfax class of 2006. I'm very proud to be a part of this class, and to graduate with them is a privilege. I can still remember the beginnings of 6th grade, when everyone was nervous, wondering what the next 3 years would bring. Coming from different elementary schools, we had no idea what to expect. However, our determination helped us to mature and transform from awkward, tiny elementary school graduates to fulfilled, distinguished young adults. Over time, we formed our own identity and special bonds with each other. We arrive here today as a class with a sense of accomplishment, and we have many to thank. However, I'm not the only person to be doing the thanking and congratulating that this ceremony entails. Many of my fellow students, as well as teachers, will be giving out awards and delivering speeches throughout the ceremony. On behalf of myself and the rest of my class, I'd like to welcome you all to the graduation of the Schuyler Colfax class of 2006.
Isabel Gayo will now speak to you about our past years at Schuyler Colfax.
We have all come here tonight to celebrate the culmination of 3 memorable years at Schuyler Colfax. However, in my opinion, this is the year to remember. Together, we have experienced many wonderful times. Every single one of my peers has contributed a certain amount to making these years at Schuyler the best that they could possibly be. Although, when we first came to Schuyler, we were a little nervous about being the youngest kids in the school. As time went on and we progressed on our journey, we became more comfortable. The teen canteens, field day, spirit cruise, and the circus trip were exciting activities to look forward to throughout the 6th grade. But at the same time, we all knew that we had to focus and work hard on our studies to earn the privileges that we wanted, and it seems as though all of us did. As 6th grade summer passed, we all dreaded the thought of returning to school. But as I walked through the doors on the first day, I remembered what I had been missing. We were returning for another great year. We were no longer the low ones on the totem pole, but we weren't at the top either. We settled in and shared some more good times. Time flew by, and before we knew it, school let out for summer. It was here, the first day of our last year at Schuyler. We kept up on our studies and looked forward to the rewards we would be receiving toward the end of the year. We had all anxiously awaited the Washington trip since the first day we ever heard about it. It was everything we expected and even more. The next week was Spirit Week, a competition against each grade which we thought we were definitely going to win. However, to our surprise, we didn't win, but tied with the 6th grade. Along came the 8th grade dance, another highlight of our final year. And our last extravaganza, Tom's Lake, was a perfect way to mark the end of our journey throughout our Schuyler Colfax years. As we sit here together tonight, we look around and see how different we all are from one another, and how each of us changed along our journey. Without each other, our years at Schuyler would not have been the same. Each of us made different contributions to the Schuyler Colfax memories. I learned many life lessons that will be with me forever. I am sure we would all like to take this opportunity to thank our parents, teachers, and administration for helping to make these years at Schuyler unforgettable. Remember, as we enter Wayne Hills, to work to your fullest potential and take advantage of everything Hills has to offer. You only have 4 years to make the best of them. Have an amazing summer, and I look forward to seeing you all at Wayne Hills.
At this time, Megan Kelly will explain the criteria for receiving the DAR Citizenship Reward.
Good evening, Mrs. Randina, Mrs. Hershaft, Board of Education members, Mrs. Sherwood, Mr. Mitchell, parents, and fellow classmates. Tonight, we are honored to present a very special award to 2 of our classmates, the Hester Schuyler Colfax chapter of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution Award. This award represents outstanding good citizenship and will go to 1 male student and 1 female student from our 8th grade class. Every year, the candidates are nominated by the 8th grade teachers based upon a student's display of good citizenship, high academic achievement, outstanding school and community spirit, and his and her willingness to always strive to do the best he or she can do. The entire staff then votes for 1 male and 1 female from the list of candidates. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Mrs. Dorothy Sherwood, the principal of Schuyler Colfax.
I'm delighted to present 2 of our students with the Good Citizenship Medals on behalf of the Hester Schuyler Colfax chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. The DAR awards over 200 medals each year to worthy New Jersey students. These students must exhibit the qualities of honor, service, courage, leadership, and patriotism. It is my privilege to present these medals to Matthew DeBlock and Serena Arnook.
Catherine Sidlowski will now explain the criteria for receiving the Jack Ming Memorial Art Award.
Good evening. I am here to explain the significance of a special art award that will be presented tonight to one of our 8th grade students. The Jack Ming Memorial Art Award was established in 1989 by Mrs. Waltz in honor of one of her extremely artistically talented ESL students, Jack Ming. While attending Schuyler, Jack developed a brain tumor, which eventually took his life at age 16. This award honors the memory of Jack and fosters the value and appreciation of the visual arts. Each spring, all 8th grade students are invited to submit an original work for evaluation. A committee of teachers and administrators review the submitted pieces and choose one high-quality effort. This is a difficult task because many students displayed exceptional work. Tonight's winner will receive a beautiful certificate honoring their achievement. Mr. Buddha will also have her name engraved on a brass plate that will be added to the Jack Ming plaque. The plaque is on a perpetual display in the front foyer of the school. I would now like to introduce Mr. Buddha, Mrs. Cassell, and Ms. Valenti, who will present the Jack Ming Memorial Art Award.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This award, the art department is very proud of. We have very talented art students at Schuyler, and we've been nourishing them for 3 years. Mrs. Cassell has taken over for Mrs. Murphy, who retired last year, and Ms. Valente has taken over for Mrs. Cassell, who decided to have a baby this year. So that's why the 3 of us are up here. What I'd like to do is I'd like to give the plaque and the certificate to Ms. Cassell and have that presented to the winner. She will announce the name. Ms. Valente will give her the medal, and then I have a special award, which I will explain after they give out theirs. You want me to hold this while you're announcing?
Welcome, everybody, and congratulations, students. This was a very difficult task as we had 8 wonderful girls in the Windows program in 8th grade this year. They were all extremely wonderful. The work was incredible. But this year's award for Jack Ming goes to Una Park.
I'll just point that out, and then you can give her the certificate and shake her hand. Congratulations. And stay here, Una. Yes. Okay, Mrs. Valente, we present her with the medal.
Congratulations, class of 2006. And again, the recipient, the people who put in work were absolutely amazing. It was a very difficult choice. And congratulations, Una.
I just want to take a minute. My long-term partner, who was with me for 9 years, but we both started in 1970, Mrs. Fran Murphy. Some of you adults might have even remembered her as your art teacher at Pines Lake and other schools. She was very generous when she retired last year. She donated a considerable amount of money in hopes that the art students will continue with their education. So I have a check here, and we are calling it the Fran Murphy Art Student Scholarship, and it's worth $100 for Una. Okay, I got to start. Okay, Lisa. Okay. All right, I'm sorry to take up so much time, but if you notice your covers, there are a cover on the front, an excellent drawing, cross-hatching, and pen and ink, and then there's an inside cover of the same quality. We had a contest for that, and we have a first and second prize, and it was under the supervision of Miss Valenti, but do you want to give it? Miss Valenti will give out this. No, don't give it. Oh, you got to say something? Oh. Nicole has to say something. Maybe we should listen to what she has to say.
Nina Zakotnik will now explain to you what the promotion cover contest is all about.
It is my honor to tell you about our program cover tonight. Every year, Ms. Folds runs a program cover competition to all 8th grade students. Each design was required to be a hand-drawn image incorporating the theme and artist's name. This year, our theme was A Year to Remember. Because there were so many quality entries and the 5 faculty judges had such a difficult time choosing a winner, we are proud to announce 2 winners this year. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Buddha and Ms. Valenti, who will present Jessalyn Palumbo and Nicole Ascione for their awards.
Hello again. Okay, so I would like to call up Nicole Ascione, who got 2nd place for her cover design that you see on the inside.
And this year's 1st place went to Jessie Lynn Palumbo.
Elaine Markovich will discuss the criteria for the Mary Lou Moros Memorial Writing Award.
The Mary Lou Moros Writing Award is given annually to an 8th grade student from Schuyler, Colfax. It is named for Mrs. Moros, who taught the children of Wayne for more than 25 years, first at the elementary school level and later at the middle school. Mrs. Moros believed in encouraging excellence in all facets of language arts, including both creative and expository writing. After her death, the English teachers established this award to be presented in her honor to one writer, selected anonymously by a committee of language arts teachers. The 8th grade teachers of language arts submit the compositions of one or more students, with the names removed in the interest of fairness. The committee then reads each composition and votes for the best piece of writing. The student whose writing is selected receives a certificate, and his or her name is inscribed on a plaque in the trophy case at the school's entrance. It is a true honor to be chosen for the Mary Lou Moros Writing Award. And now to present that honor, I would like to introduce Ms. Thompson, an 8th grade language arts teacher who will present the award.
Good evening. To determine the winner of the Mary Lou Morris Award, all of the 8th grade English teachers were asked to select 2 exceptional writing samples from their classes. As Elaine said, teachers chose expository samples as well as creative writing samples. Each composition was left named to stay fair. All of the language arts teachers from each grade level were then invited to evaluate each of the chosen compositions. This year's winner is one that I am thrilled to announce. I have been fortunate enough to work closely with this student this school year. And without a doubt, this student is one of the most deserving students to have ever received this award. During this year, this young learner has shown such growth and development in both writing ability and character. This year's recipient is an amazing student, always interested in helping others. During homeroom, this student can be found writing for personal pleasure. This writer's stories and essays are simply exceptional. It is obvious that this recipient has learned to recognize the importance of a strong work ethic, persistence, and intellectual integrity. This student has long since become a valuable member of the class of 2006 and a role model for newer students. It is with great pleasure that I present this award to Blair Christie. Along with having her name inscribed on the school plaque, Blair will receive a Certificate of Excellence and a U.S. savings bond to start her college savings.
Many people make a difference. Ivy Copon will now explain the specifications for receiving the Make a Difference Award here at Schuyler. The next award to be presented is the Make a Difference Award. This year, the award is being presented to 3 students, 2 females and 1 male. The award is based upon participation in the extracurricular activities at Schuyler Colfax. The number of activities and the amount of years the student participated are also taken into account. These activities can include all-school production, student council, newspaper club, yearbook, service club, jazz band, young Einsteins, peer leaders, select choir, academic competitions, environmental club, landscape club, games club, scrapbook club, and computer club. This year, we had a tie for the most deserving female student, so we are giving the recognition to 2 young women. The first female student was active in the student council, newspaper club, and jazz band. And the second female student was active in the jazz band, received recognition in the various academic competitions, worked with the landscape club, and served as a peer leader. The male student was also active in the student council and the newspaper club and competed in the various academic competitions and was honored with great distinction. At this time, Mrs. Dorothy Sherwood, our principal, will make the presentations.
The 3 students who are being awarded this special recognition have made positive contributions to Schuyler Colfax Middle School and its co-curricular program. Their participation has truly made a difference. I am very proud to present this award to Paul Hahn, Urvashi Banerjee, and Elaine Markovich.
Thank you very much.
I would like to introduce Josh Weinstein, who will now inform you about the next award, which is the Paul Jones Memorial Award.
The Paul Jones Memorial Scholarship Award is presented each year in memory of Mr. Paul Jones, a teacher here at Schuyler Colfax Middle School who passed away in the fall of 2000. For 37 years, Mr. Jones dedicated his career to teaching and to initiating the computer science program at our school. He was a knowledgeable educator who genuinely cared about his students and their learning. Through the years, Mr. Jones made a positive difference in the lives of thousands of students. The boy and girl who will receive this memorial award have met the following criteria. They exhibited a genuine and strong interest in computer science, they are quality students, they are excellent role models, and they were nominated by teachers and received the majority of faculty votes. Mrs. Donna Jones, the wife of Mr. Jones, will now make the presentation to these students.
Good evening. I'm happy to be here this evening to present the Paul Jones Memorial Award to Daniel Gersevich and Kristen Smith. And Melissa.
And now, one of our students, Latha Kell, will be describing the requirements needed to be met in order to receive the Presidential Academic Fitness Awards and the Presidential Physical Fitness Award.
The Presidential Academic Fitness Award was established to encourage students to achieve high academic standards by recognizing them for educational excellence. The Academic Fitness Award are determined by two levels of achievement. First, students must have a grade point average of at least 3.5 on a scale from 0 to 4. The student's GPA is based upon the grades received for the 4 marking periods of the 6th and 7th grades and the first 3 marking periods of the 8th grade. Additionally, students must have scored in at least the 85th percentile on the Terra Nova Standardized Achievement Test in mathematics and/or reading. This year, we are pleased to acknowledge 118 academic award recipients. At this time, I would like to have all the winners, the Presidential Academic Fitness Award winners, stand and be recognized. Next, the President's Challenge Physical Fitness Award program, which measures strength, flexibility, and endurance, encourages students to be the best that they can be. The physical fitness test consists of 5 events: the curl-ups, which measure abdominal strength, the shuttle run, which measures speed and agility, the mile run, which measures heart and lung endurance, the pull-ups, which measure upper body strength, and the V-sit, which measures flexibility in the lower back and hamstring muscles. This year's Schuyler Colfax Presidential Physical Award winners achieved 85% on a national scale. We are pleased to acknowledge 4 Physical Fitness Award winners this evening. At this time, I would like to have all of the Presidential Physical Fitness Award recipients stand and be recognized.
At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Karen Hershaft, the President of the Board of Education, who will be presenting a message to the class of 2006.
Thank you and good evening. Dear students, parents, administration, staff, friends, and guests, it is an honor and a pleasure to be here this evening to address the class of 2006. At the same time of year, 3 years ago, many of you were looking forward to entering middle school. You may have been a little anxious about facing the challenges of getting lost in the hallways, getting to class on time, opening your locker, or getting on a school bus for the very first time. I am sure that as you look back on these past 3 years, your memories will include all the good times spent with your friends, school plays, field days, canteens, Washington trip, and the 8th grade dance. You should be proud of your accomplishments and achievements. I know your parents are proud of you and the success you've had, and I also know the administration and the staff is very proud of you and the part they had in your education. You have grown into fine young men and women, and soon will begin the next chapter of your life. As you enter high school, you may again experience those anxious feelings. Many new doors will open for you, and you will face different challenges. But don't worry, I promise you'll be fine. In middle school, you found something that interested you, whether it was being in the band, the chorus, school plays, various clubs, or some other activity. You may wish to continue with these interests or pursue some other different activities that high school has to offer. By participating in many different activities, you will have the confidence and gain the courage you need to meet new people and make more friends. Make the most of the next 4 years. Involve yourself in what your school has to offer, both in academics and extracurricular activities. Each of you will bring a wonderful and unique gift to your school. Continue to dream big and live up to your abilities. Whatever the future brings, hold on to your dreams and believe in yourselves. On behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to the class of 2006.
We are also fortunate to have another board member with us this evening. At this time, Mrs. Marlene Polnick will say a few words.
Good evening and congratulations to everyone, especially our class of 2006. And this message is for you. Tomorrow, many of your Schuyler Colfax school community members will watch. They will watch from the doorways, from the windows, from the hallways, and yes, the offices. You, our 8th graders, walk out of Schuyler Colfax together, leaving behind your footprints as attending students for the last time. Yet make no mistake, your footprints are everlasting. Yes, for many the memories, your family members who walked with you into the hallways and classrooms at orientation and into the many special events, your teachers who shuffled off with you to classes and with whom you shared and cared with, and your friends, many of whom you are here with tonight. Everlasting footprints have come before us, are with us now, and will stand the test of time well after we are gone. You see, footprints create our lives' pathways. Those pathways traveled mindfully and kindly with the pitter-patter of joyous feet, or those that curve impulsively and selfishly with hurtful stomps. So I say to you, the class of 2006, continue to follow in the humble footprints of honesty. Step into the strong and unyielding footprints of what is right. And lead into high school, leaping into the footprints towards achieving your dreams. And while achieving your dreams, your footprints will create the pathways and lead up the stairways for those yet to follow. Yes, your everlasting footprints, those of your memories, those of the now, and those yet to be created. They will inspire and remind us all of the power to believe in ourselves. Best luck and enjoy your summer.
I take great pleasure in introducing our principal, Mrs. Dorothy Sherwood, who will be presenting the class.
We're here this evening to recognize the accomplishments of our Schuyler Colfax Middle School's 8th graders, the class of 2006. As we look back upon this school year, this is definitely a year to remember. The new Anthony Wayne Middle School opened in September. Approximately 250 of our Schuyler students and 14 teachers left Schuyler Colfax to join Anthony Wayne Middle School. September found our school less crowded and ready to start a brand new year. Events that highlighted 2005-2006 for the 8th graders here at Schuyler included Spirit Week, teen canteens, Halloween dance, Veterans Day Assembly, 8th grade promotion dance, Tom's Lake trip, all-school production, band and choral concerts, and the Washington, D.C. trip. Additionally, our peer leaders participated in the New Jersey Leadership Conference presented by West Point. Community service activities were also important in our students' lives. Some examples included fundraising for Hurricane Katrina victims, food drive for native Wayne families, visits to a local nursing home, Hoops for Heart, pennies for patients of leukemia, Toys for Tots, making stuffed animals for children in a New Jersey hospital, donations to the Wayne PAL-sponsored summer camp for special needs students, and many other humanitarian efforts. Our Schuyler students do care about making our world a better place. In addition to all of these activities, our students competed in subject area Olympiads, Math League, Spelling Bee, Geography Bee, North Jersey Craftsman's Fair, and art poster competitions, just to list a few. In particular, it should be noted that one of our 8th graders won the Grand National Award in the AAA Safety Poster Competition, and 2 other 8th graders won 2nd and 3rd place, a clean sweep for Schuyler Colfax in a national art contest. Our 8th grade Latin students won the New Jersey State Championship in the Kurtaman exam and will now go on to the national competition this summer. Our students prepared diligently this year for the New Jersey GEPA. These tests were given in March, and we are proud to announce that our scores rank among the highest in the state. We are proud of what our 8th graders have accomplished this year. Yes, this really was a year to remember. Tonight, we are not only sending our students off to high school, but we are also saying goodbye to 3 staff members who are retiring. Each of them has made a difference in thousands of students' lives. Mrs. Terry Wofkanich, Mr. Harry Merklin, and Mr. Steve Potter are our retirees. We sincerely thank them for their dedication in the field of education. We also pay tribute to Mrs. Adria Cohen, our dedicated media specialist who passed away this year. She will truly be missed. Mrs. Randina, Mrs. Hershaft, Mrs. Polinick, teachers, parents, and community members. The students before you have met all the requirements for promotion as set forth by the Wayne Board of Education. As principal of Schuyler Colfax Middle School, it is my honor and my privilege to present to you the class of 2006. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Cynthia Randina, our Assistant Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. 9 years ago, I began here in the Wayne school system as the director of elementary when you were kindergartners. So this is very special for me to be addressing you. It is with great joy and pride that I bid you, the class of 2006, farewell from the Schuyler Colfax Middle School. Over these last 3 years, you have matured into outstanding young ladies and gentlemen. As such, you are academically prepared to go on to the more challenging endeavors in high school life. Moreover, you have learned how to act maturely and to carry yourselves with pride, respect, self-discipline, and confidence. Change is never easy. However, change is a fact of life that we must all learn to master in this rapidly changing 21st century environment in order to succeed. Throughout your years in the Wayne school system, your teachers and administrators have prepared you to make transitions smoothly year after year. Trust that this next transition to Wayne Hills High School is one that you are well equipped to face academically, socially, and emotionally. During the next 4 years, you will be preparing to leave our school system to go on to make a lasting contribution to society. In preparation, we ask that each day you remember to be the best that you can be. Each day we ask that you be kind to yourselves, to your families, and to each other. Today we are celebrating your success. You have worked hard to achieve your personal goals and to make your parents, teachers, and administrators proud of you and your accomplishments. In preparing you for your next journey, I'd like to share the words of Dr. Zeus, who wrote, "Oh, the places that you'll go," and I quote the following: "Today is your day. You are off to great places. You are off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own, and you are the one who'll decide where you want to go." As you go forward today, may you fondly look back on these past years as the ones that substantially improved your lives and made you a better person. Know that you are equipped to meet the challenges of this next plateau in your education, and that all in the Wayne School community are here to support you. I wish you and your families all the best, and most of all, to each and every one of you, your continued happiness and success. Thank you.
Stephen Albanese. Laith Akel. Josh Weinstein. Ivy Colpon. Elaine Markovich. Nina Zakotnik. Catherine Sidlowski. Megan Kelly. Isabel Kale. Jacob Fertig. Max Gold. Nicole Ashoni. Brandon Barenfeld. Kim Cruz.
Shannon Burns, Stephanie Mancini, Danielle Ronaldo, Jesse Berg, Jessica Polay, Alexa Shear, Casey Chouks, Brittany Singer, Ellen Klipka, Jessica Riccio, Alyssa Dokes, Danielle Gutierrez, Serena Arnook, Jason Haas, Samik Patel, Jacqueline Diamond, Jennifer Martins, Vinnie Fornino, Matt Fornino, Gabrielle Taub, Melanie Espinoza, Rebecca Mongiardo, Anthony Russo, James Powell, Caitlin Schweigart, Caitlin Obel, Gianna Oldewardle, Camila Rimwood, Sydney Krantz, Jennifer Jacobs, Amy Henson, Robert Browski, David Solomon, Ricardo Terrazas, Jared Dickman, Justin Lesser, Judy Sayad, Jacqueline Giametta, Brittany Galone, Alexandra Rosenberg, Emily Pollock, Danielle Rulis, Jenna Wright, Louis Yori, Michelle Goldsman, Jennifer Chowdhury, Randy Axelband, Jennifer Stessel, Kelly Rotino, Amalia Simon, Stephanie Garcia, Madison Wallace, Megan Knotts, Kylie Slater, Jackie Gentile, Stephen Levenbrook, Priscilla Henriquez, Tyler Inglett, Chris Massey, Dan Gersovich, Matthew Asmar, Sophia Lal, Rebecca Epstein, Eric Vandervarst, David Novak, Vihang Nakati, Daniel Scullion, Andres Tabares, Connor Peckham, Andrew Beiser, Jared Ostern, Shannon Foray, Erin Ryan, Lauren Sullivan, Nicole Graham, Alexa Futterwhite, Alexandra DeBrody, Hannah Blake, Ryan Kermode, Alden Haviland, Deanna Kluger, Allison Gayo, Urvashi Banerjee, Catherine Shin, Alessandra Thomas, Jeffrey Keesbay, Anthony Palatucci, Joshua Revich, Robert Fight, Jen Blundo, Olivia Facazio, Danielle Van Clive, Corey Mitchell, Yassine Goff, Guy Fumarelli, Will Soto, Mike Zangrilli, Paul Hahn, Peter Romanuolo, Alex Toto, Stephen Correas, Eric Na, Chris Masood, Andrew Polidor, Peter Semelenko, Edward Cho, Brandon Kim, Maxwell Lakin, Lauren Calderulo, Juriel Echo, Vanessa Nielsen, Heather Absuth, Aileen Zadell, Amanda Lee, Randy Geiger, Christina Perla, Eric Ornstein, Ashley Sestoso, Janaria Palal, Maxwell Lieberman, Kevin Wu, Bill Server, Stephen Scalar, Jordan Kessel, Blair Christie, Lindsay Rink, Brian Lamonaco, Aaron Kronk, Rich Mertrude, Brendan McCafferty, Sam Burchill, Cynthia Payne, Lindsay Adesso. Danielle Ferrigno. Sherry Van Houten. Lauren Caparasso. Jennifer Florenza. Melanie Edelman. Ava Pignatello. Randy Ploshnik. Erica Frasco. Doran Calafiore. Bill Conti.
Alex S. Arco. Erica Barenschmidt. Senna Galen. Sina Bakas. Omar Manasra. Kyle Davio. Vincent Peterson. Domenico Brigatti. Michael Abdi. Brandon Rosenblum. Andrew Dorbian. Ben Rosen. Shannon Rooney. Kyle Vanderplug. Nicholas Fantuzzi. Jennifer Reisner. Lauren Nolan. Joe Brandel. Robert Gross. Kyle Fulbrick. Brian Aber. Zachary Metzler. Dan Falco. Kyle Albanese. James D. Delectus. Brian Ronsonon. Jenna Reiser. Kristen Smith. Caitlin Holbert. Kevin Wang. John Chambonarius. Evan George. Eric Friedman. Billy Yale. Kyle Katine. Caitlin Williamson. Stephanie Zigmund. Crystal DeVivo. Anthony Bracco. Victoria Brophy. Michelle Asmar. Mariam Khan. Sunny Rothstadt. Kimberly Hoyle. Heather Kukerman. Chelsea DiLiberto. Lindsay Weisberg. Tina Cosine. Christian Carter. Michael Harris. Michael Nash. Matthew DeBlock. Mackenzie Dreher. Lisa Schaufler. Megan Scroll. Tim Divers. Alex Nathanson. Drew Gershon, Mike Levine, Jake Brozier, Jake Birchall, Patricia Schmutz, Alexandra Barlow, Mackenzie Cochran, Lauren Johnson, Diana Simonelli, John Diamond, Marissa Weisberger, Amrita Singh, Yuna Park, Francois Charles, Eve Awari, Dan Kioka, Matt Smith, Sanjay Mohammed, Anthony Maffei, Stephen Lee, William Trongone, David DeGroat, Michael DeDuke, Stephen Rubin, Brandon Gillikin, Kevin Heyman, Austin Reiser, Robert Hinkle, Spencer Francis, Emil Mehta, Nicholas Verhagen, Rebecca DeVos, Zachary Charnet, Kyle Vliet, Jessie Lynn Palumbo, Catherine Sikorsky, Kristen Brink, Lee Markowitz, Michael Salviano, June Wong, Shanice DeGazon, Christopher Fonte, Gavin Mooney, Matthew Fantow, Sam Hamoud, Bryce Fagel, Ryan Salerno, Josh Kaufman, James Kim, Stephen Johnson, Carl Jackowitz, Aris Sklavunis, Kevin Solomon,
Everyone wants to be remembered for something they have done, and the students at Schuyler are no different. Here is Steve Albanese, who will present our class message.
What an amazing 3 years we've had at Schuyler Colfax. Now it's finally graduation, and looking back, I've learned a lot in my 3 years here. I'm talking about more than math and English, or any other subject. I'm talking about learning life lessons that I will carry through high school and into college. I learned that there's more to life than being popular. I learned that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to not always be the best, as long as you always do your best. Sometimes it's not always about what you achieve, but how you achieve it. I learned that some of the greatest things about school are the friendships you form, the chances you take, and the way you enjoy every minute of life. I learned that sometimes the things we want to forget are the things we most need to remember. They're the things that will aid us throughout our life. I've also learned that by preparing for the worst, you can often be pleasantly surprised. With the support of friends, there is no doubt you will always be encouraged to do your best. A few kind words from friends are some of the most important things right now, and a moment of your time for an upset friend can make all the difference. Whether it was because I enjoyed all that Schuyler had to offer with my classmates, or because of the constant support of my teachers, I was able to thrive throughout middle school. Most of all, I learned that these 3 years have been so incredible because of the family and friends around me. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am today. Take the time to appreciate your friends and family. Thank them for always being there. They have put up with you through everything, and if anyone knows you better than you, it's them. They know your flaws, your gifts, your talents, and your quirky habits. They encourage you to reach your full potential and give you the confidence to achieve it. In conclusion, Schuyler Colfax, class of 2006, in the upcoming years at high school, remember the lessons you've learned in middle school. Live life to the fullest. Take advantage of every opportunity. Work hard and keep your family and friends close. That is truly the key to success.
Max Gold and Jake Ferdig, our class officers, are now going to recognize some very special people.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Wait, I do,
Good evening. It is our honor to take this opportunity to thank all those who have helped the class of 2006 reach this destination on completing a successful 8th grade year. First, we would like to show our appreciation to the PTO for all the fun activities we had these past 3 years. We will always remember the teen canteens, the 8th grade breakfasts, and our countless assemblies. We would also like to thank all the teachers for giving us the tools and knowledge we need to succeed. Now, the rest is up to us. Our future looks bright, and you have played a major part. At this time, we would like to thank the following people who have made this year extra special by helping with the luggage collection and chaperoning the Washington, D.C. trip. Please stand as your name is called. Mr. Aber, Mrs. Berg, Mr. Bracco, Mrs. Chaux, Mrs. Charnet, Mr. Kioka, Dr. Kukerman, Mr. Christie, Mr. DeBlock, Mrs. DeVust, Mrs. Donahue, Mr. George, Mr. Gershon, Dr. Gold, Mrs. Holbert, Mrs. Kelly, Mrs. Krantz, Mr. Markowitz, Mrs. Metzler, Mrs. Odewardle, Mr. Peckham, Mrs. Rosen, Judge Rostat, Mr. Sayad, Mrs. Shear, Mr. Chamburionis, Mr. Valit.
Way to go. We also have some teachers to thank. Mr. Banks, Mrs. Bertone, Mr. Buda, Mr. Baranich, Mr. D'Amico, Mrs. Duplays, Ms. Folds, Mr. DeWild, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Hall, Mrs. Karansky, Ms. Lacombe, Mr. Sardi, Ms. Thompson, Mrs. Tilley, Mrs. Scala, Mrs. Tucker, and Mrs. Velli. teachers. Finally, to our parents who have played the most important role, we thank you all with all of our hearts. In the years to come, we know that you'll always be there for us, through the good and the bad times. Thank you, everyone, for the support you have given us.
Mrs. Sherwood, you have been there for us throughout our whole middle school experience. From the minute we entered Schuyler, you made us feel welcomed. We can only hope that the principal at Wayne Hills will be as kind to us as you have been. So we would like you to accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation.
Mrs. Karansky, where would we be without you? You, of all people, helped us to literally survive. If it weren't for your kindness and care, many of us would have been left feeling unwell and hurt. You weren't just a nurse, but that you also helped us when we were sick, but one who could talk to us when we were upset. I honestly don't know a teacher who was more genuinely interested in how my brother was doing in Wayne Hills High School than you. Please come up to let us give back to you a small portion of what you gave to us.
Mrs. Tilley, your knowledge and warmth is greatly recognized here at Schuyler. If you weren't so patient and organized, none of the Washington trip could have ever happened. You have truly made this year possible. These flowers are presented to you to show how much we care.
One for me. Mrs. Tucker, you have provided us with so much information that we will never forget as our life goes on. Your love for teaching shows, and your love for the student shows, especially exhibited in the student slideshow. I would actually want to thank you on a personal note. I think you're the only teacher besides Miss Thompson who could possibly put up with me on the 8th grade Washington trip bus. So thank you very much. On behalf of the 8th grade class, we present you with these flowers to show how much appreciated your dedication to Schuyler is.
At this time, a very special woman who made this whole year possible must be recognized. There have been many events and trips that the students at Schuyler have taken part in. The trip to Washington, the dance, Tom's Lake, as well as this ceremony tonight. None of them could have occurred without her. Miss Folds, we would like to thank you for giving us all your time, energy, and effort, and dedication to make this year the best. We will always remember you when we think back to our Schuyler Colfax experience.
Thank you, everyone, for all the support that you've given us.